Hey friends, I'm Savannah. If you're new here, I am a pre-law student majoring in finance. Let me tell you what I learned in school today. So this is part 2 of our discussion about Jack Trawick, the Alabama serial killer you've probably never heard of, but definitely need to know about. If you haven't watched part 1, pause this and go check it out first. It's the last video I posted and you really need the whole story. So picking up where we left off. Jack started killing in 1972. His first victim was Betty Jo Richards, a 17-year-old woman in Coleman, Alabama. Coleman is a town about half an hour or so north of Birmingham. Betty Jo was found stabbed to death in an alley, and witnesses reported seeing her screaming while she was chased by a white man into the alley. Her murder went unsolved for roughly 20 years until Jack Trawick confessed to it. Nearly 20 years later, on June 17, 1992, Trawick murdered 26-year-old Aileen Pruitt. Aileen was estranged from her husband and struggling with a cocaine addiction. She had turned to prostitution to sustain her drug addiction, and when Trawick spotted her out walking alone, he picked her up. She suggested an isolated spot behind a hospital to complete their transaction, and when they stopped, he stabbed her in the throat with a knife and then proceeded to mutilate her body. There were a total of 57 knife wounds on her body when a security guard found her 2 days later. Worth mentioning is that prior to the arrest of Trawick, Pruitt's husband was arrested for her murder, but the charges were dropped after Trawick confessed. On October 9th, 1992, only 4 months after murdering Aileen Pruitt, Trawick killed 21-year-old Stephanie Gach, a college student in Birmingham. He found Stephanie at a gathering of hot rod cars one weekend at a local Birmingham shopping mall. He stalked her, got her into his van. Remember the van? By brandishing a fake gun, and then strangled, stabbed, and bludgeoned her to death. He cut out pieces of her buttocks, took her scarf as a trophy, and then dumped her body behind a Catholic monastery because she was Catholic. The general consensus of everyone in my class, including my professor, was that he did that to mock her religion. What do you guys think? Also worth mentioning is that her body was found with all of her organs pulled out. Trawick never confessed to any aspect of necrophilia. He said he thought about trying cannibalism, but never did it. And this is where we will pick up tomorrow with part 3, detailing one of the most awful things I've read in this class. Make sure you're following me to see it. Thank you for watching and have a beautiful evening.